Happy Valentine's Day. I hope that if you have a significant other that you're celebrating with today, that it is a fantastic day. For those of y'all that it is what I used to know as Singles Awareness Day, I hope that you watched last year's video. That one is right for y'all. It is right for this season, and don't be discouraged. But for those of us that have a significant other, this one's for us.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey travelers, welcome back to Roberto's Room. So I thought that this year for Valentine's Day, I would review a movie that is very near and dear to my wife. It is one of our staples, one of our favorites on movie night. We can honestly watch this at any time. It's just one that we can pop in and enjoy. And honestly, it came out rather recently, meaning within the last few years, and didn't really get a lot of love when it first came out. I think honestly it bombed at the box office and was one that we didn't go see. I think that honestly the marketing for this film was its greatest disservice, because it is a phenomenal movie that Pixar put out. And I'm speaking, of course, if you've seen the thumbnail, of the movie Elemental. My wife and I love this film, and we love it for many reasons. I think my wife absolutely loves Wade's character, and we really love the story. I think it's a really genuine story. Of course, if you know the making behind this film, Peter Sohn, who directed this movie, actually based it on really his life. The character of Ember and her family are really a stand-in for him. And I know that sometimes that kind of self-transportation, if you would, into a character may not work the best. But I think that here it really serves the story and this world that they created. And that's one of the strengths of this movie, is this elemental city. And you really get to see, as the title suggests, the different elements come together in this city. And it really, if you, of course, kind of step back and look at it, it is based on modern day New York City, with, you have the Manhattan section, and then you have the boroughs. And of course, it can be a little tongue-in-cheek, but if you buy into it, which my wife and I obviously do, it's a really, really fun world that I honestly was missing from Pixar. They had done a lot of human-ish stories, and this was one that made you feel like, okay, you're transported to another world, which is something that Pixar does really well. Even with Toy Story, which is in the human world, but it's not really the human world. It is the human world, but shrunk down to the size of a toy. So that is something that Pixar really does well. And I think this movie really did not get the marketing that it needed to really succeed. And that is really sad, because for us at least, it really touched us. And it is one that we visit a lot. We love Wade more than Ember. But I think that's because, you know, Ember is supposed to be the character that learns. Of course, Wade learns as well. And I think that's honestly why we like it so much, because both characters learn from each other. Both characters really pull from each other. And that is what a relationship, and if you're married, what a marriage is, that you together come together and make each other better as you submit to Christ. And I really like that this movie really presented the idea of each one making each other better and helping to really smooth out some of the rough edges from the other's character. Of course, Wade, he comes from a kind of a lavish, poshy lifestyle, and it's represented like in his Manhattan apartment that his parents have, that he lives in. And of course, Ember is more in the rough and tumble kind of a situation, and her whole family is centered around this store that's the pride and joy of their family, and it's the reason why they do what they do. And again, there's a lot of characters that really, they're given something to do, which is really nice. The parents as well. We love the mom. She is just a riot in this movie, and I love even the joke of that they can't understand the language of the quote-unquote fire people because they just speak a different language, so they just kind of give them a different name. Something that happens a lot, especially back in the old New York City. When I initially made this video, it was before the passing of the great Catherine O'Hara, but given that she has passed, I think it would be remiss of me not to, in this review, as she plays Wade's mother, Miss Ripple, to talk about one of the greatest cinematic moms in the history of film. And here, as she plays Brooke Ripple, she is so much fun and brings her usual energy. She was one that, for me, I recognized instantly. Her voice is iconic, and she will definitely, absolutely be missed. But this is just a super fun movie that needs to be put out there more. I don't see a lot of people talking about it, and if I do, it's really in a negative sense. And again, I don't understand why. It's a really heartfelt story, and it's real in a lot of ways. It is real in how it's presenting a relationship where there are moments that the one or the other, Wade or Ember, are in the right. There are moments that they're both in the wrong, and they learn from each other. And I guess that's why it, at least for us, strikes as big a chord as it does. One of the great moments in the film, at least for me, is the very, very end. The father's relationship with Ember is one that is pivotal to this film, and how his supposed expectation almost breaks the relationship. And of course, throughout the movie, I don't want to spoil too much, you get to see them develop, and you see the reasons why he does what he does. The last moment, the very last moment in this film is one that, for me, and my wife can attest to this, absolutely wrecks me and really gets my emotions, just because you have that moment of both of them really seeing eye to eye. And it's a really, really powerful moment that just takes this film from being really good to, at least for us, again, I know your mileage may vary, a classic film that we really enjoy. The director really put his heart and soul into this film. We absolutely love it. It is a date night classic for us, and we hope that you've given it a chance too. I would love to hear what you thought of Elemental. Have you seen it? Let me know what you think if you've never seen it. Like I said, I know a lot of people have not been exposed to it. I think, again, it was just a failure of marketing on Pixar's part, but I think it is one that deserves to be revisited because it is really, really cool, and I love the world. I love the ideas that it presents. Wade, of course, is phenomenal, and he is so much fun. Mamadou Athie, who plays Wade, he gives such an energy to him. And of course, Ember as well. She is fiery, and she has to learn to control her temper. Great lessons to learn, and it is why the movie sticks with us so well. If you've stuck to this point in the video, please drop a like, drop a comment. Have you seen Elemental? I'd love to chat with you more in the comments down below. And as well, if you would, please subscribe. We'd love to have you on the channel. We are getting to 250. We might have hit it already by the time this video goes up. And if we did, great. We're on to the next milestone of 500. I hope that you have a phenomenal Valentine's Day with your significant other. And even if you don't have a significant other, please don't be discouraged. I pray and seek the Lord, and that person that He would have for you will appear in due time. Again, I would recommend, of course, watch last year's Valentine's Day video. It is something that I made that is from my heart to those of y'all that may not have a significant other, and I would really recommend that you watch that, especially on a day like today. Thank you so much for watching this video, travelers, and as always, go with grace.